Hi there everybody, my name is Aubrey and I'm an opera singer and a voice coach. I'm excited today because Ryan Gosling's character Ken in the upcoming Barbie movie was just featured in this cute little music video. It's very short, so we're just going to look at it for fun today, but we might discuss a couple things here and there. So without any wasted time, let's take a look at Ryan Gosling as Ken in the song Just Ken.
I just don't know who I am without you.
You're Ken.
But it's Barbie and Ken. There is no just Ken. Doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number two. No one knows how hard I tried. I have feelings that I can't explain. Driving me insane. All my life been so polite. 'Cause I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility? I'm just kidding. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent and fight for me? I'm just kidding, and I'm enough, and I'm great at doing stuff. So hey, check me out, yeah, I'm just kidding, baby. I'm just kidding. I'll see you on the Malibu beach.
Amazing. So fundamentally, I thought that was super cute. I'm getting emotionally prepared for a kind of chaotic experience. I think I've seen this word being thrown around in respect to this film, but I'm really excited because right at the beginning we get a voice crack that's just heartbreaking, and it's so sad because yeah, it's always Barbie and Ken. But if we talk about the actual singing, I really like there's this like 2000s boy band vibe he's got going on with this pretty narrow position in the mouth. I think that's playing pretty heavily into the nostalgia that at least I have of this time period where I was playing with Barbies and consuming a lot of those Barbie movies. And I remember also a lot of the Radio Disney stuff that was coming out from like the 90s to early 2000s. And I think his voice right here really reminds me of some of the qualities that I heard singers from that time period having. It really feels like it's scratching at some memories that I have, which, you know, I definitely appreciate and I think I'm going to enjoy simply for that fact alone. Something that I think he does really well and might not necessarily come to the forefront of a conversation about this song is that he has a lot of these little pauses, these little like weepy, sobby pauses where he's so emotional. And I love that because it's eliciting the feeling of crying without him actually having to cry, because that's a huge issue. When we cry in real life, when we're doing a live performance or a recording, it ends up just clogging everything up. We get really snotty and then there's inflammation everywhere, and so the sound just is never the best it can possibly be, right? So we always want to avoid crying, but there's periods of time like this when we're performing that we need to make people think we're either crying or very close to tears. So actually I think he's doing a great job at showing the sounds that we make that kind of remind the audience of sobs or crying or being really sad. So it's actually effective to me. Something I also think is really good is when he's singing through Ken and Ten, he doesn't immediately go to the end. He easily could. He could sing a little bit too long on an N because it's actually a nasal sound, which means we can technically make noise through this N shape. And a lot of singers will do that. They will choose not to sing on the vowel, but when they have these nasalized consonants like an M or an N, they'll go right to it and sing a note through it. I always like to tell my students to keep on singing on the vowel as long as you can. So Ken, and add that N at the very last moment so that you get the most bang for your buck for the sound you've got on those beautiful vowels. A, ah, O, oo, those are going to be your money shapes, not an N or an right? So I appreciate that he's not closing off to the end as soon as he possibly can, because it really elevates his performance a little bit. And also, notice how he's got a nice bit of legato going on in Life of Blonde Fragility. It's really nice, and it draws attention to the melodic line in a very pleasant way. So when we're thinking about creating a sentence or a phrase in singing, we want to think about the point A to point B. And I bring this up in my videos quite regularly, but a lot of people don't necessarily plan out a bit of a roadmap to get to the end of your phrase. And it kind of ends up feeling a little bit disjointed, a little bit too choppy, which we can remedy by letting each word waterfall into the next, which I think he does pretty darn well here. That final "I'm just Ken" where he's holding it, it's very smooth, it feels very relaxed. And I just want to point out vowel shape here. The vowel shape he's using is really effective. We're not singing "I'm just Ken." It's more of "I'm just Ken." And that allows him to have a really nice belt there. Really isolate that for a second. I'll replay it so you can hear it.
Baby,
His vowel shapes are just a really effective, relaxed position to put a belt through, and it shows. Overall, this is just a cute little performance. I don't think it's meant to be taken very seriously. Just from the video alone, it looks very chaotic. There's a lot of stuff going on. I have a soft spot for films that are kind of silly, or they push the boundaries of cinematic possibility. And I think that this is a great way for the film to be advertising components of the characterization without really showing us too much of the plot. We're getting to see a lot of the visuals that we'll expect to see in the show. We're going to also see a little bit of the characterization. We're clearly seeing a bit of the motivation behind Ken himself. So I think it was a really effective marketing ploy, as well as just like a cute little opportunity for Ryan Gosling to sing. We know that he had won awards for his performance in La La Land. I don't think that this is a remarkably special performance. I think it's very fun. I think it's really cute. I think he does a good job, and he commits to that role. And he also commits to giving a good vocal performance. It's a really short clip. There's not much more to say about it, but I thought you guys would enjoy watching it with me and doing a tiny, tiny breakdown, because there are in fact a couple elements that are useful as singing students to take away from this performance. Great job, Ryan Gosling. You and your team did a nice job on this little snippet, so I look forward to seeing the new movie. And thank you guys for hanging out on my channel and watching this with me. I look forward to sharing with you the next video that I've got planned for you. Until then, I will see you later, and as always, keep on singing. Somehow still I seem to know